books, which I thought she donated to the church rummage sale. So I got to figure out how to deal with that.
Sounds complicated.
Please, have a seat.
Thanks. Sorry if I'm a little nervous. This is a little bit...
My condolences. I'm extremely sorry for your loss.
Thank you. That's very kind.
As I mentioned on the phone, it is unusual that your father would have insisted on services and a funeral here.
I understand.
Right. So I take it he never visited the church?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right. So that makes it a little unusual. Though, of course, we can fulfill this final wish, we'd be more than happy to.
Great.
But, I'm glad that we could meet. I just think it's important we spend some time so that you can give me a sense of who he was. That way I can say some words about him for the service, if that's all right.
Okay.
So, while we think he might not have been a churchgoer, well, is there anything that you might want to have mentioned about his spiritual path?
Spiritual path?
Whatever made him special to you.
A lot of things made him special.
I found this in my rice. You need to wear something on your head to protect your hair from falling in the food.
It's not my hair.
There are rules. We're talking about a code. What's your name?
Lisa.
Employees working in food preparation need to wear a cap or a hairnet. You see, I'm a food inspector. No, it's all right. This is a private meal. You're not in trouble, Lisa. The idea is to stop people from finding hair in their food. It's not hygienic, is it?
But so he would have worked for the city?
Yeah. Go to the restaurants, see if the food was okay. People were wearing hairnets.
Right.
Make sure it was clean. Stuff like that. Always making sure things were up to code. Not contaminated. It was all about the contamination for him.
It seems like one of those people that you kind of hear about, but you never actually see.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You're here for lunch.
Could I speak to the operator of the restaurant?
I am the operator.
Right. It's a customary check, health services. There's no need to stop what you're doing.
This is our busiest time.
Yes, I understand that. Do you want me to show the kitchen, or shall I make my own way? All bottles and storage containers need to be clearly identified, right?
Okay. So,
Now that's for the safety of your workers, not to mention the customers.
¿Cuál es el problema con este tipo? No es como que la gente entre hasta aquí adentro.
Yes, I'm perfectly aware of that, but everything made in here goes out there, and that's who I'm here to protect. You're working in a restaurant, wash your hands!
What is conditional?
Well, it means what it says.
Pičko jedna, mamu ti jebe.
I'm very impressed for a new establishment.
So, we got a good rating?
Yep, you've done a wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just need to sign this certificate so you can put it in. Right, are you sure about this, Veronica? Because once you give an animal a name, it can't be changed. It's very bad luck.
What are you telling her now?
I'm just telling her the simple truth. You can only give an animal one name. Once it's uttered from your lips, that's how it will always be. Right, so here we go. Now is the moment of truth. And the bunny's name is...
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Does this mean I can't serve rabbit at my restaurant? Don't look at me like that.
Does this mean you want me to work at your restaurant?
No, let's open something new. I'm sure your parents would love to invest in a Brazilian restaurant.
Well, actually, this is a Portuguese dish.
Okay, so we'll make my second restaurant a Brazilian-Portuguese fusion and name it after you. Rosangela. Beautiful name for the most beautiful woman in the world. It's true, I'm the luckiest man alive. If you only knew how happy I feel right now.
See, I'm just trying to give as much of a sense of who he was in the brief time that I have. Was there anything about his work that you'd like to mention?
Like what?
You know, that he was respected by his peers.
I never met any of his coworkers. He kept to himself a lot, especially after my mom died. They met in England. That's where he's from, and my mom's Brazilian, raised here. My mother's parents gave a lot of money to the church. It was important to them.
How many people are you expecting at the funeral?
It's hard to say. He used to own a restaurant, but that was a long time ago.
And that would have been prior to his having become a health inspector.
Yeah. I don't know why he did that. That was an odd choice.
Yeah.
He made a lot of odd choices. He's looking really tired. Is he drinking enough water?
He's 15 years old, Veronica. That's ancient for a rabbit.
Do you remember all the ribbons he used to win in the pet fair?
Yeah. Where are those?
In my desk.
I'll see if I can find them.
Top drawer. Way in the back.
I was wondering if you'd had a chance to speak to your lawyer.
About what?
Early release.
But I don't want an early release, Dad. You know that.
No one decides to stay in jail.
I have.
Why?
Because it's what I deserve. After what I did.
Live? Live! I told everyone, leave your phones on the bus, on your seats, no distractions. Come on, let's go.
I gotta bring this back all the way inside, is that it?
Yep, that's right. Mike will be here the whole time, and if he leaves, the door will be locked. You can leave your phone by mine in the front if you're too tired to walk all the way back.
Got this with your life, would you? Regarding her phone and all the other fucking phones on this bus. What time we gotta be back on the bus for again?
We have an hour for dinner before we need to leave.
You wanna join me?
Where's everyone going?
Wouldn't be everybody, it'd just be the two of us.
That wouldn't be such a good idea, Clive.
Why not?
Because I'm having dinner with Mike.
Seriously?
Yeah. Seriously.
I don't get it. You didn't want to be here.
No. No, I'm just saying the reason I came over was Clive had asked me out, and I needed an excuse.
Which is dinner with me.
Yeah,
Because otherwise you would have been forced to have dinner with him.
but I never would,
Because he's a student.
obviously.
So I guess I don't have to pay for the meal, huh? So he's attracted to you.
It's not the point.
Of course it is.
What do you mean?
He wouldn't have asked you out if he didn't think you were attractive.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it make you feel good?
Why would it make me feel good, Mike?
You know, there's nothing wrong with feeling good. Good about yourself, you know, having fun. I'm not saying it's easy, but, you know, I feel good when I listen to your music. It's so beautiful.
We're two adults chaperoning these students on a band trip.
No chaperone. I'm a bus driver. My job is over when I turn the engine off. This is just a part-time job for me. I figure out my life. For you, it's easy. I mean, you're the hot young teacher. There was one in my school. I mean, wow, she was... please, no, sit down, please. I didn't mean to...
It's okay, Mike. This hot young teacher needs to cool herself down.
Okay, all right. Anyway,
Send it. Yeah, she got it.
Wouldn't it be nice if nothing actually happened with those boys, Dad? If those texts were sent by somebody else? If I did all of this because this is where I needed to be.
I don't understand, love.
Try, Dad. I know you can.
You're not suggesting... Hello, this is Jim Davis. I'm here with my daughter, Veronica. We're a little early, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's okay. You can wait in the piano room downstairs. I'm just finishing a lesson with my son on the second floor. Or, actually, come on up if you want.
So you want to keep your hands very light.
light. Loosen the wrists. Hi. I'm Alicia.
Jim Davis.
Nice to meet you.
This is my daughter, Veronica.
Hi, Veronica.
Hi.
This is my son, Walter.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, that's a beautiful instrument, isn't it? You ever seen anything like that?
So the lessons will actually take place downstairs.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand the setup, Alicia. Is it, you've got...
Sorry, it's Alicia.
Oh, sorry, Alicia. You've got two apartments?
Well, the woman downstairs rents her.
Here's the thing you can't say about my dad.
Okay.
You can tell everyone how he helped look after my rabbit. It died. Just before my father found out he was so sick.
And what was its name?
His name.
Excuse me, his name.
Benjamin.
Benjamin, Bonnie. That's nice.
I was 9 when I got him.
9? And how old was Benjamin?
Almost 16.
So rabbits live that long?
Yeah. They can. The oldest one on record is 17, so that's something you can definitely say about my father. He was so good at looking after my rabbit. Whenever I'd go away, I'd leave Benjamin with my dad. Last time was quite a while.
And where were you?
I was in jail.
Walter? Walter!
I'm leaving this on your phone. You don't need to show anyone. All these years that I've adored you, given you my love. Is that what I get in return for you telling me about what happened with my mom in the fire? I mean, did you let us get this close? Just so you could tell me? Now this is why you want to break up? Leave me? Do you feel better about yourself now? Now that you've told me the truth that I have to live with? Except the joke is on you, Veronica. I'm not gonna live with this. Because I'm gonna join my mom in whatever underworlds you put her in.
Clouds are falling in the snow. See you, I'm talking to, but my reflection in the wind. Kidding me, man?
What's up?
Two other kids. They're fucking in the room beside me.
Is one of them married?
Why would you say that?
What are you suggesting we do, Mike? Knock down the door, barge in there, see if it's all okay.
Why do you make me feel like this?
Like what?
Like I'm stupid.
I'm just trying to see the situation for what it is. They're teenagers, there are rules, but...
Yeah, you're right. The walls are thin. I was just trying to play my music.
I understand.
Can I come in? I want to talk to you about something.
What?
Is he bothering you? I noticed he's sending you texts.
How would you know that?
On the bus tonight, I noticed things.
It's about the music. The texts, they're about the music. Good night.
It's not possible. What, you're saying it's not your restaurant? Clearly the same place.
I've never had rats here.
Well, perhaps you've never looked. Can I see your kitchen?
Someone brought that rat in and let him loose.
Really? You know someone who would do something like that?
I do. People are jealous.
Yes. Certainly some people are. It'd be rather an extreme thing to do, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it is. Maybe this isn't so anonymous.
Ah, here we go.
It's not possible. Jesus Christ.
That's fresh.
Someone put them there.
By bringing in a rat.
Yes.
All right, let's assume that that's what happened.
No, it is what happened.
I'm just saying that Luigi's
Yes.
the combination of that video that someone sent in, and this means I'm going to have to close you down.
Are you gonna put that on your notice?
What?
That you found a rat? That someone put a fucking rat in my restaurant? My customers.
Oh, Luigi, look. Look. If there were anyone here, I'd have to ask you to get them to leave.
Please. I am begging you.
If they're truly loyal, they'll understand.
I know my customers. They won't come back. Not after this.
Listen, I'm going to give you a list of government-approved exterminators so you can get onto this right away, and I don't normally do that.
That someone put a fucking rat in my restaurant.
You seem very certain about this.
I know exactly who it was. I can give you their name. I can give you their number.
Right. If that is the case, you need to go directly to the police and tell them. And don't put the blame on yourself. That's the worst thing you could do. That's what they want you to do. Whoever did this, you need to strike back.
Can I talk to you about something?
For what?
Yes.
I didn't send this.
No, I know. It was sent yesterday while we were giving a concert.
Which means?
Well, which means it was sent from the bus, which is pretty obvious who it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll report him.
No, you don't have to do that. Who's gonna drive the bus after? You wouldn't want to cut the tour short, right? It could wait.
What do we do until then?
We could hang out. It's a way of getting back at him.
It's not a good idea.
He's already expecting me to react. Tell all my friends.
No, you already told your friend. You already told Lenny. I have 30 witnesses who know I was conducting a band at what? 2:45 yesterday afternoon?
Yeah, and they'll know that when we get back from the tour. I thought maybe until then I just acted like I received this text and I'm okay with it.
Is one of them married?
Why would you say that?
We're taking this further.
Further?
Yeah. It's the only way I'll go along with this. Is if we take it further.
Hey, it's working. It's coming.
Okay, just like I said, guys, act like we're having fun. Act like we're having fun. Woo!
They don't want to step outside. They nigga, don't fuck up my vibe. Been killing the game and now my gun like it's mine. You might fuck her once, but I could fuck her all the time. Everybody dap me up, I'm thinking it's a sign. I'm the fucking man, if you can't see that, then you blind. Ripping every track, but nigga never block my shine. Working out for the go-go's, look at me goes where the guy that do the most. I don't ever look at what you post. Walk by a group of fans and everybody froze. Whoa, you can roll a blunt from my roach. Really wanna meet me when I'm there, you can't approach. Touching all the kids, man, I'm feeling like a pope. Huh. Killing your career, here's a rope. I've been laying low.
Walter!
This is where you'll find me. Blood. Mess of doll. Mess you made of my life. I wanna haunt you, Veronica. I wanna haunt you.
Walter!
Someday you may find a version of me that you don't destroy.
Walter?
They're your students. They're fucking kids. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't become a ghost from your
I
past.
wrote that text.
Like you made my mom a ghost from my past.
I wanted to piss you off. I wanted to make you honest. I don't know, have a conversation. I want to talk to you.
Fucking touch me!
Fucking talk to
Let
me.
me in! Let me in or I'll scream!
I just want to talk to you, all right? Party's over. Everybody's back in their rooms. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with me? I'll show you.
Hey, get off! Hey!
Get back in your room, asshole. Get back in your room.
You crazy? Read you fucking in your room last night.
Shut up.
It was you. Shut the fuck up. Is that the only way you get attention?
So the police, they wouldn't have known that this all started with just a stupid prank.
It just set the stage for what I did. The hoax we played.
What do you mean?
I told the police I abused my position of power. Whether the kids consented to anything we did after that didn't matter. I was their teacher. They were my students. All under 18. I asked for the severest possible sentence.
Why?
Because I wanted to go to jail. I didn't want any of the students, the victims, to testify.
Okay, but there weren't victims. There wasn't any sex. You just explained that. Nothing actually happened.
I wanted to go to jail.
For something you didn't do.
No. For something I did do.
I found it in the drawer when I was looking for the ribbons, remember? You played it at the recital.
I remember the recital.
Everyone was so impressed.
I remember it for different reasons.
You always wanted to become a composer. Do you remember when you were very little, we took you to that visiting children's symphony?
You were sitting beside her. As I was playing.
Oh.
My teacher.
Alicia?
Yes. Alicia. You were sitting beside Alicia, and Mom was beside you. And the other side. She was already sick.
Yes.
Might have been one of the last times she got out.
She thought she was going to faint. She really wanted to be there. She loved you so much. I also found this. A lucky rabbit's foot keychain. I was surprised to find it there. You were so disgusted when I gave it to you. You wanted to get rid of it. And then I told you that it was bad luck to throw a good luck charm away. And I suppose you must have taken me seriously.
Alicia. Alicia was holding your hand. Her son was playing on the stage with me.
What are you talking about, Veronica?
As I was playing, I looked over and you were holding hands.
That's impossible.
You left me alone in her piano room while she showed you something upstairs. That happened a couple of times. That's when I composed this. As I was waiting for you to come down from whatever you were doing. I don't remember what made these things so lucky.
Something we normally use in our cuisine, but it's an ancient dish, and we thought we'd present it as something special, just to try.
What about the ears? Why have some of the ears been cut off?
The ears are for another restaurant. They serve them as a specialty.
Hello.
Garo, this is an inspector. He's from the health department.
I see. Is there something wrong?
Where are these rabbits from?
Our usual supplier.
Can I see some documentation?
Сейчас.
We don't usually do this.
Do what?
Separate the ears.
That's not what concerns me. You shouldn't be processing the meat here.
We're not processing. This is from our supplier. We just needed a large quantity of meat
And this is cheaper.
Well, it might indeed be less expensive, but thriftiness and the health code aren't necessarily the best of friends, are they? No. That's just an invoice for the delivery of the rabbits.
It shows where they're from.
They're coming here unskinned, unprocessed. That's against code.
We have an arrangement with another restaurant.
Yes, as she told me.
They serve deep-fried rabbit's ears as a specialty.
As a specialty. Right. I see. Well, I'll accept that you're not having me on about the ears, but there are two contraventions. The first is that you're processing the meat here. The second is that you're reselling it to another establishment.
Those are properly farmed animals.
I'm sure they are, but they're not properly processed. I'm going to have to close you down.
Close us down?
Yes, these are major health code violations. Sorry.
Az inch abushka para siga menk nabastak. Je freke badrastenk.
Pēc es brbădat zemļa vas čaši ko tu nuni.
Azam daria racha sov gude asiga.
Pēc ko abushka para der vor paregamit nabastagi naganchner das.
Ja, megun tsrik pamuchandaru knengorens me. Եվ կիցիր ղեր որ ասրոսետը իսկական այսօր վարոսետ է։ Հիմա ադանը չէի խգարել եմ դուրս։
Look, sir, there must be something we can do. There is a huge event here and we really...
I'm just doing my job.
And so are we.
No, you're not though, are you? You're not just doing your job. If you were doing your job, we wouldn't find ourselves in this situation. Your job is to make sure that this restaurant operates in full compliance with the health code. That's not happening here, is it? This is the second restaurant I've had to close today. That doesn't make me happy. I understand how hard you've both had to work to make this place what it is, and I know it's not easy. Please, I know it's not easy to build a reputation.
Seyran vor asiga paregamagan hava kuite. Yes, megen tram chibdiarnek.
Maybe I wasn't clear. This is for a private event.
Meaning?
Meaning we are not charging anyone for this meat. They are friends coming here for a party.
So the restaurant is closed tonight?
Aysuran hamar çerese.
It's on Tuesday. We are closed for a private event on Tuesday.
So you're telling me that this rabbit meat will not be served to any member of the paying public? Well, are you sure about that? Because I didn't see a sign about the restaurant being closed.
I was just about to put it up.
What about these ears?
We can throw them away. No problem.
Why are you showing me this?
It's proof.
Of what?
How could I be holding her hand if I was shooting this?
Does it take two hands to shoot something with your camera?
It takes concentration.
But one hand.
Does that make any kind of sense to you, Veronica? That I could be shooting you, playing, whilst holding your teacher's hand and your mother sick beside me? Your mother was seated on my left. Your teacher was seated on my right. The beginning of this video makes that perfectly clear. Now, this was a right-handed camera. I'm right-handed. How could I be shooting this with my right hand if I was holding her hand at the same time? It's impossible.
I understand. You've done an excellent job of proving that.
Thank you. She was the love of my life.
Who, Dad?
Your mother. You must know that, Veronica. I could never love anybody else.
And you promised her you'd look after me. Her dying wish. And here I am. Here we are.
How is everything, sir?
Oh, delicious.
Thank you, sir.
I wonder if I could have a word with your manager. Your cousin, I believe.
Is there something wrong?
No. I just had a question for him.
Yes, sir. I hope everything is to your satisfaction.
Oh, completely. The food was delicious. There was a small problem in the washroom, though.
I didn't know.
It's all right. It's not an official inspection. I'm actually here as a fan. I saw that wonderful article in the newspaper and thought, well, I've got to check that place out for myself. You just might want to take a careful look at the floor in the men's washroom. Heinz.
Yeah?
I do know your name. I read that article in the newspaper. That's how I know Gunther's your cousin. I started a restaurant myself many years ago.
Oh, in the city?
Yes, though I did have plans to expand into other cities.
Very good. Yeah.
Build an empire. That's history now. I had to sell half to my partner, get into something with more regular hours.
Ah.
I needed to spend more time with my family. Anyway, I'm sorry. The reason I called you over, Heinz, I wondered if you could get me another glass. I'd love to finish this wine with Gunther.
Oh, natürlich. Ein Moment. I'm so sorry.
Take a seat. I wonder if you'd, in fact, could offer you some of this excellent wine.
It's inexcusable.
These things happen. At least it didn't occur during an official inspection. You wouldn't want to have this place closed down, not after all the hard work you put into it. There aren't many restaurants like this left, are there? Built on so many years of tradition. I read that in the article. How your family came here after the war, how tough it was to settle in. I do understand a little of that myself. It's not easy being from somewhere else.
We just had an inspection for a few weeks ago.
Like I say, I'm not here officially.
Then why did you mention closing it down?
Well, that would be a last resort.
You can do that? On a private visit?
Well, it's much the same as a citizen's arrest. Although, of course, this would carry much more weight. I am a professional. I do have a badge.
What do you want from me?
You mean besides making sure that you get rid of this rat infestation? Your grandson works here in the kitchen, doesn't he? Is he here tonight?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like a word with him. I've tried reaching out, phone calls, texts, emails, but he just keeps ignoring me. Think you might know why?
You are her father?
Yes, I am. When did you work that out?
Just now.
Well, I'd like that conversation here with your grandson right now. I'd like you to be seated across the room on that stool by the bar and make sure he doesn't avoid me. Now, if you do that, I promise I won't show any photographs of the rat shit in the washroom to my colleagues at work. Now, does that sound fair?
They were holding hands. He denies it, but that's what I saw. He only let go of her hand when he applauded me at the end.
Was your mother aware?
What do you mean?
It's just that I think sometimes people, whether it's right or wrong, they come to an arrangement.
Arrangement? The lessons were at her house. It was close to where we lived. I could walk home alone. I began lessons when I was 8. This was a year later. I remember because I got Benjamin that year.
Benjamin Bunny, right.
Yes, Benjamin Bunny. Sometimes Alicia would send me off, say she needed a rest. I think she got migraines. She'd go upstairs and smoke. this one day, I didn't leave immediately. I had an idea for a composition. I was writing it down. When I finished, I went upstairs and I saw her. I remember the cigarette in her hand. I remember her hand falling. The cigarette was still lit. There was some sheet music stacked there. I caught fire. I didn't want her to become my new mom. Must have been hard for my father, losing both women so close to each other.
I've been reaching out to you, but you've been ignoring me.
I was told not to respond.
By my daughter.
And others.
I have a right to know what happened.
A right? I'm the victim here. Your daughter's the one in jail for abusing her position of power. What you did to my friend and me.
Of course.
What's left to know?
Well, she's come up with some new details.
Like what?
Like the fact the texts weren't sent by her.
Is that what she's telling you?
Yes. So I did some checking of my own. The schedule of the concert times of the first text that was sent.
Mm-hmm.
When they don't match. She was conducting and you must have been playing.
Yeah, maybe.
And if I know my daughter, and I do know my daughter, she would have asked everyone to leave their phones on the bus.
Okay.
So someone else sent that text to you from her phone.
I have nothing else to say.
You know I could close this place down. Did your grandfather explain that to you?
Yeah, did he tell you that it would be extortion?
After what I found.
I cleaned that bathroom spotless 2 hours ago.
And then the rat came in.
Did he? I saw you go in there right before you called my grandfather over.
So?
So you could have planted it there. So is it fresh? If I took it to the police?
You're right. That's precisely the sort of thing the police would love to throw all their resources behind, checking that the rat sheet you're presenting to them is indeed fresh.
Has my grandson answered everything you need to know?
I'd like a few more minutes.
Can I get you anything?
Just the bill, please.
No, it's not a problem. It's on us.
I insist. Listen. All I want to know is if that's the truth. That the texts were waiting for you when you got back to the bus.
Yeah. It happened. The bus driver sent them.
The bus driver?
Mm-hmm.
And you responded?
Sure, yeah.
Why?
It was a prank. If I responded, then he'd be able to see the text next time he got access to a phone, which was every time that we were playing and every time that he was alone.
But was this bus driver upset with her?
Upset? Yeah. Obsessed is another way of putting it. He was messing around with her. So we started messing around with him. That's how we lured him into the room. I sent her a text inviting her to a party, and he got it when he got access to her phone.
And when she told the police she'd had sex with you?
I said yes. I said that the rumors about the three-way, they were true.
But they weren't?
No. They were just to bug him.
What about your reputations?
Our reputations? Listen, you really think having sex with your daughter is gonna affect our reputations?
Put her in jail.
No, she wanted to go to jail. She confessed. Nobody asked me to testify. Nobody asked me to go to court. They gave me some pretty useless counseling sessions for the terrifying trauma sleeping with your daughter. And that was that. She might have mentioned something else. About her boyfriend's suicide.
What did she say about that?
That she felt responsible.
Why?
I don't know. You should ask her. You know your daughter, right?
From the moment I began, she told me I should have started earlier. I was gifted, but I needed to catch up. My father would sit in a chair in the room and watch the two of us, but I began to realize he was watching her. The lessons were just an excuse.
Why couldn't he see her alone?
Maybe this is how they wanted to see each other. As though my presence made their feelings for each other more intense. Is that possible? That I was responsible?
Well, your mother was sick. And whatever might have happened between your father and your teacher didn't cause that.
Might have happened.
I just meant that I...
Wait, so you're saying this could all have been in my head?
It wasn't in your head, Veronica. It did happen. Alicia felt terrible about the affair. She was mortified you'd find out. She was a member of our congregation. And she and I became quite close. Well, Alicia told me that your mother knew about what was going on. That she'd given your father permission.
Did he know that? My father?
I delivered the eulogy at Alicia's funeral. Your father told me I'd done a good job of summing up who she was. I asked him how he knew her. And he said she was your teacher. That you were too upset to come. Like you were so upset about her son. About Walter.
Why did he tell me any of this?
Maybe he thought you wouldn't have believed him.
looks like she won't be coming home at all. They want to move her to a hospice, and I can't administer the medicine.
What does Veronica think of it all?
Oh, I haven't talked to her. She knows her mum is sick, but I haven't managed to talk to her about the full gravity of it. I don't foresee a time where I'll ever be able to communicate what's happening right now.
أعزائي أهلا وسهلا فيكم جميعا. نحن الليلة كلنا مجتمعين سوا حتى نعيد مع بعضنا هيك ببلدنا الجديد. بنفس الوقت بدنا نهني بنتي نيري الطبيبة. شكرا.
We thought you might come back.
I thought you were throwing these rabbit ears away.
On the second thought, since you told us we cannot distribute them, we thought we might as well serve them to our friends. That's okay, isn't it? It's not that they're very popular, as you can see. Are you still on duty?
Oh, no, no, no.
Well, perfect then. Please enjoy.
Thank you. Another, please. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello. May I have your attention, please? Thank you. Time for a few words. I'd like to introduce you to the person who organized this happy event. Not that she needs any introduction. Anna.
Բարի երեկո բոլորիդ։ Սիրելի Նայրի, շնորհավորություն։ Քեզ գճանչնամ, երբ այսքան աղջնակ էիր։
I love you, Anna. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Շնորհակալություն կուզեմ հայտնել բոլոր ներկաներուն, որ վերջին վարյանին գրծակ այս ուրախ արիտը մեզ հետ դոնել, գուզեի պամ ավելցնել, հասմիկի խոսքին ընթացքին մեզ միացավ անցմը, այս անցը երկրորդ պատճառներ, որ գազմագերվեցինք այս վերջին վարյանվա հավաքույթը։ Երկու օր առաջ այս պարոնը մեր մոտ գտնվեր և կրետ է մեր ջաշարանը վերջնականապես փորձեց փակել։ Մեր գարոն և ես հուշագեցինք, որ գրնա այս գիշեր նորեն վերադառնալ և այդպես ալ բադահեցավ։ Ուրեմն, ձեզ մի պիտի խնդրեմ, որ զինք ընդունիք չերն, ազնիվ, բարեկամական մոտեցումով, որքան որ կարելի է։ Շնորհակալություն։
Just. Well, hello.
Hello. Hi.
Don't know what to say. Well, my name is Jim. It's a start. I am a food inspector, as it happens, and I spend my days going from restaurant to restaurant, making sure that things are up to standards, you see, standards of health and cleanliness. And I was going to close this place down, actually. But no, I thought I'd observed a contravention, something to do with those ears over there. But in fact, I realized what I saw was not what it was. There was, in fact, a greater health issue at work, namely the health of this family and your desire to celebrate a milestone. I don't even know, what is it? A wedding announcement, I presume?
She's becoming a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Doctor, goodness. A reputation is about to be made. And here you all are in unity for this feast that will bind you all together. So, it's blood.
I don't understand.
I'd inspected the restaurant earlier in the week, and they'd made me a promise, so I went back to check. I'd found something they weren't supposed to serve, and I could have closed them down, but then they told me it was for a private party.
So you went back to make sure?
Yes. And like I say, they welcomed me and they made me feel at home.
That's nice of them.
Yeah. And at one point, they asked me to get up and say a few words.
Why?
I think I've become their guest of honor. Some of you may have heard about my daughter. What happened to her reputation. Anyway. You see, if I told you my daughter's name, you'd all reach for your phones, wouldn't you? All pick up your phones and search. And there'd be a flurry of articles, and you think, my goodness, how could a woman do something like that? What kind of home must she have come from? Well, I can tell you she came from a very loving family. A very loving family. And my wife and I supported her musical talent, and I took precious time away from work, and I was thrilled to support her. I'd attend her classes, and then, then her entire world collapsed when her mother died, of course, and everything was different then. Everything. You see, I could never believe that my daughter, Veronica, was capable of such terrible crimes. And now I suppose it's up to me to find this person who spread these rumors, these awful rumors that just grew like a cancer. Like an insidious cancer. Doctor. Not everything can be cured. These rumors that landed her in jail, my little girl. So, if necessary, I will extract my own vengeance on this bus driver. And in fact, I swear now, here in front of you all, I will find this horribly diseased beast, and kill it.
Yeah, the taxi will take you home.
Yeah.
Careful.
Jim, drink as much water as possible, okay? This man you're speaking about, the bus driver.
He destroyed my daughter's life.
Yes. Where does he live?
I'm not sure.
That's good. Drink a lot of water before you sleep, okay?
Okay, what's your address? I'll tell him.
Jim Davis? You mentioned something about your daughter.
No. This has nothing to do with my daughter.
Is this something the two of you discussed? Extracting some sort of revenge against this individual who sent the texts?
Revenge?
The type you mentioned at the party at the restaurant. I will extract my own vengeance on this bus driver, or I will find this horribly diseased beast and kill it.
Have you made any travel plans?
What do you mean?
Pay the bus driver a visit?
There's also a report of you drinking a lot. Look, we all understand this is probably the result of a drunken night, so let's just get this done. We'll leave you alone. Mr. Davis.
I wanted to ask you a favor. If you could take the feet off. I do it myself, but it doesn't seem right. You've got the tools, you've got the experience. I've already cleaned the feet. I washed them in warm water with soap and rinsed them thoroughly and then squeezed out the excess water like this. Now the feet need to be separated. I did try, I just couldn't cut them off. You could. Like you did with the ears.
You'll have to leave.
You reported me to the police. You told them I was going to kill someone.
Please, let's go this way. Please, come. Through here, come. Please.
Just 4 quick shots with a cleaver, and then I'll leave, I promise. I'll never bother you again. Take it.
الله ليك بانشي عسيقات تون بخوري سبور خنتي رعي سيبون قلو تبي موچو چی تکر عايز بسيني رو نورين وكان عاملين بحر مورد بقني ساني چكو روزي كيزني عاملين زورا مورد سبات خدمي اونه ناس سباتي مكتش ناسورا ماري موراسي يلقيني ليگان عايز بسي مرتوت مي عزات بيلو همار
Thank you for this.
Now you must leave.
Horribly diseased beast. And kill it.
Where did you get this?
It was sent to the police by someone at the party. They were kind enough to share.
Who was kind enough, Dad? The police? The person who took this?
I got carried away.
Why would you say something like that?
It came over me.
And they took you seriously?
Well, they had to, love. It was a public event. I uttered a death threat. They were just following the rules.
And why would they think I'd have anything to do with the death threat?
Because of these visits. I thought we might be planning something.
Does this mean my sentence is extended?
What's wrong with you?
You are, Dad. Everything you've done, everything you are, everything I watched with you growing up is what's wrong with me. And what's right with me.
I was lucky enough to have met Jim. It was brief, but memorable. I had just arrived up here, and frankly, at times I felt a little out of place. It was my first eulogy here at this church, and it left an impression. It was for a young woman, Alicia, who had passed away tragically. Jim approached me after the service to say how proud he was of his daughter's musical talents and the tremendous inspiration that Alicia had provided her. Like so many in our congregation, he was devastated by her death. So while we're here today to mourn Jim's passing, let's also take a moment to remember Alicia.
Actually, there's one last thing. I was wondering if you could bury these with my father. Maybe I'll keep one. You can have one too.
You'd like for this to be in the grave?
I was hoping that they could be in the coffin with him. That was my father's final request. He wanted one on each hand. Benjamin meant a lot to him. He meant a lot to both of us. I looked up what made rabbit feet so lucky. My favorite theory is that they're lucky because rabbits live underground. It's their natural habitat. They communicate with spirits of the underworld.
The last work on the program is an original piece of music I composed myself. It's a tune I came up with a very difficult part of my life when I was a girl.